Back in February, we attended the Cupra Raval exclusive media presentation and pre-shoot, which allowed us to get up close and personal with the Spanish brand's new city EV, but not drive it. And we didn't even know the price then, but we do now, and it's competitive, starting from £23,785. That is without the £1,500 car grant, by the way, and topping out at £36,000, 310. Today, we're back in Barcelona, where the car was conceived, engineered and built to get behind the wheel, and I'm very excited. Now, Cupra tells me this isn't just another city car, it's a radical reinterpretation of urban electric mobility, because it proves that EVs can provide design, performance and emotion in equal measure. Now, I can already think of one car that ticks all those boxes, Renault 5 E-Tech. And it's cheaper. Other notable mentions for buyers who want a sportier, more premium electric small car include the Alpine A290, of course, and the Mini Cooper electric, but they're more expensive than the Raval. And if budget is a big factor, you could also consider the cheaper Hyundai Insta, Fiat Grand Panda, Nissan Micra or Peugeot E208, but they don't deliver the same kind of emotional design or engaging performance. For what it promises, the Raval is a good option. Now, let's get behind the wheel. Oh, left-hand drive, of course. Nobody saw that. The Raval sits on the new MEB Plus platform, but unlike most Volkswagen Group EVs, the Raval is front-wheel drive as opposed to rear-wheel drive. Breaking that down, it uses the latest APP290 motor paired with the PowerCo unified cell battery, which is integrated flat into the underbody using cell-to-pack technology. By eliminating model housings, as well as reducing components in the motor, this approach reduces weight and space, whilst increasing energy density to around 10%, which obviously means better range and efficiency. In fact, the Raval weighs 1,600 kilograms, which is pretty impressive given the average petrol hot hatch weighs between 1,200 and 1,500 kilograms. We're driving the VZ version for £34,995, which packs a 166 kilowatt motor with 290 newton meters of torque, which doesn't sound outrageous, but in reality is perfectly judged for this size of car. 0 to 62 comes in at 6.8 seconds, and it feels punchy where it matters. Fitted with independent McPherson coil springs and hydraulic shock absorbers with a semi-rigid rear axle, it genuinely has that hot hatch character that Cupra were promising. It's the kind that you might associate with the Fiesta ST, say. It really is genuinely impressive, and that's partly in thanks to the chassis tune itself. So the VZ sits 15mm lower than the platform and is fitted with a 10mm wider track. And that means it's been designed to better reward the driver than, say, the ID Polo, Cross or Skoda E-Peak. The car genuinely feels planted, agile and crucially light on its feet, which is rare for an EV. We've been driving it in the tight, narrow, busy streets of Barcelona and just outside of the city, half an hour away, in some switchbacks, and it genuinely has shocked me. It is an absolute blast to drive. Now, the VZ does get an electronic limited slip differential in addition to dynamic chassis control with 5% greater rigidity and 15 levels of adjustment. So it does allow you to accelerate out of a corner with greater speed and stability, making a difference ultimately to how engaging this car feels. You can also completely turn off the ESC. Now, there's even bigger news on the rear axle, because this is the first VW Group EV to feature disc brakes at the back rather than drums. The reason? To promote a more organic brake feel. And it's the first Cupra to be equipped with the one-box electronic braking system, merging the brake servo and the ESC modules to improve pedal feel and braking via engine recovery. The best comparison I can make is to the newborn, which we drove a few weeks back and still has a drum set up out the back, and the difference is actually night and day. The pedal feel on the Raval is really natural, progressive and consistent. There's none of that awkward blending that you usually get between frictional and regen braking on other EVs. And in one pedal move, it's pretty smooth and intuitive and can come to a complete stop. So there's 3 levels in normal drive mode adjusted here, or if you turn it to B mode, there's 2 levels with the highest setting, the most aggressive. The steering is another real highlight of this car. It's a progressive variable ratio system and it's been given a proper sporty tune. There's real weight, bite, feedback here. Again, something that's quite unusual in EVs. You actually feel connected to what the front wheels are doing. It's also worth noting that the VZ does get sport steering knuckles with negative camber and a higher roll centre to deliver a more reactive, engaging, direct front axle response. Now, with 19-inch wheels and a sporty setup, you would expect the ride to be quite harsh, and there is a firm edge to it, but it's not fidgety. It absorbs imperfections without losing composure, striking a really impressive balance between
in 300 meters, turn left onto N340.
Between sportiness and comfort. What might be worth adding is that we are in Spain, of course, where their roads are somewhat smoother than ours. So perhaps with all our potholes and imperfections, the ride
turn left onto N340.
Might not be so dreamy, but out here, I mean, it's just incredible. There are 3 drive modes: comfort, performance and Cupra, and ESC has a relaxed sport setting too, so you can actually explore the car's balance without everything being shut down immediately. I will say for the motorway, I found comfort to be the best compromise, and around these mountainous switchbacks, sport obviously, and it really has astounded me how good this car feels for the price. And yes, there's even a synthetic sound which can be heard under acceleration. Thankfully, it doesn't try to mimic an engine. In case you're interested, it's inspired by Formula E. Cupra is offering its own charger as well as a monthly fee model that provides exclusive discounts. It's also equipped with vehicle-to-load technology, so you can still make a cuppa when the power goes down at home. This car is equipped with a 52 kilowatt lithium-ion battery, unlocking up to 444 kilometres of range, and DC charging speeds of up to 105 kilowatts. This translates to a 10 to 80% recharge in 24 minutes or 5.5 hours on an 11 kilowatt AC charger. And when the car is parked and charging, you can enjoy watching my videos on YouTube or listen to my podcast on Spotify, available on the car's infotainment system. Now, I won't go into styling too much as I covered it in my early video in quite some detail, but I think we can all agree with its compact proportions, powerful stance and sharp lines. It's quite a bolshy looking thing and it makes a bold statement. Signature details include matrix LED headlights, hidden flush illuminated door handles and illuminated Cupra logo. Its design is also purposeful too, with the Raval achieving the lowest aerodynamic drag of any Cupra model. It's also equipped with the widest tyres in its category, measuring 235 millimeters, not only enhancing the way it looks, but also elevating the driving performance too. Inside, it's driver focused and feels very sporty. Cupra have made a lot of fuss about the lighting. There's something called smart light generation, which integrates lighting into the dashboard to deliver visual feedback linked to driver assistance systems, such as blind spot detection, whilst also responding with distinct animations during key performance moments, including the e-launch function. Then there's the ambient dash light, which features a cascade effect and moods to make it more immersive. And these dynamic door projections, a unique feature in the market, which I wondered might be distracting when you're driving it. Now, despite its 4-metre length, it offers surprising versatility inside. I'm almost 6 foot and I've got more than enough head and leg room, whilst the boot offers 441 litres of storage plus a double floor. And I really like the suspended console up front, which frees up storage as well. It uses the new Android-powered OS 12.9-inch infotainment system with native apps, but it also integrates the climate, proving not all VW Group lessons have been fully learned. What is wrong with buttons? We don't like this reliance on touchscreen and sliders. There's also an optional 12-speaker Sennheiser sound system with loads of clever tech that provides 475 watts of power to compete with a live DJ set, by the way. I listened to it earlier, it's really quite impressive. And you can unlock, start and share the car using your smartphone. The Cupra Raval is launching with a choice of trims and a wide range of personalisation options, a slightly different approach to what Chinese car makers are offering at the moment. At launch, 3 exclusive editions are available: Dynamic, Dynamic Plus and VZ Extreme, and this will then be followed by 4 different lines: the 85 kilowatt Raval and the 99 kilowatt Raval Plus, equipped with a 37 kilowatt hour LFP battery and DC fast charging as standard. And then comes the step up to the 155 kilowatt endurance and 166 kilowatt VZ with the new aforementioned 52 kilowatt hour battery. All models come with a 5-year, 90,000 mile warranty. I'll put those specs up on screen for you. To sum up, the Cupra Raval feels like something genuinely special. It's small, affordable and electric, but more importantly, it's fun, properly fun, and it makes you smile looking at it and when you're behind the wheel. Crucially, its sub 24,000 entry point and usable range position it as one of the most attainable EVs with real desirability. I really think the Raval looks set to do something few small EVs have managed to do so far. Going electric feel like a want, not just a compromise. And if this is what affordable EVs are going to feel like in the future, I'm excited. Which leads me to say production will begin in May, with the market launch scheduled for the summer. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, please do subscribe.